President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović held consultations with all parliamentary parties and minority MPs yesterday, after which she was to have decided on who would form the next government. However, the president said that as no one had proven to her that they had the minimum required support of 76 MPs in parliament, a second round of consultations would be held on December 7th. She also decided to call the first session of the new parliament for December 3rd. Both major players in the race to form the next government, Tomislav Karamarko of the HDZ and Zoran Milanovic of the SDP, require the support of the most independent list of candidates and their 19 seats in parliament. However, Most leader Božo Petrov said after meeting with the president that Most has no preference between the two parties and that their only goal was the implementation of serious reforms and the forming of a government of national unity. In her brief press conference last night, President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović also voiced concerns after being informed by newly elected Serb minority MP Mirko Rašković that he had been pressured and even threatened to support one of the two major players. Milorad Pupovac, a senior member of Rašković's Independent Democratic Serb Party, which has already given its support to Zoran Milanovic and the SDP-led coalition in forming the next government, denied that his party was forcing Rašković to back Milanovic. The Zagreb County Court was to have decided today on whether there is any legal basis to the corruption indictment against the former head of the Croatian Chamber of Economy, Nadan Vidošević. Instead, the court rejected an earlier motion filed by Vidošević's legal team to deem as inadmissible testimony from two others accused in the case, who have reached a plea bargain deal in return for their testimony. Vidošević's legal team has announced an appeal against this decision with the Supreme Court. As a result, a decision on the basis of the indictment against him can only be made after a Supreme Court ruling on the appeal. Vidošević and four others are suspected of siphoning roughly €4.7 million from the Chamber of Economy. The number of migrants who have passed through Croatia since the migrant route detoured onto its territory in mid-September is approaching 500,000. Authorities say, however, that there has been a significant decline in the number of arrivals over the past week or so. The drop-off is being attributed to the recent cold weather. A warning to all drivers that due to hurricane-force winds, the A1 highway has been closed to all traffic between the Sveti Rok and Posedarje junctions, while the A6 highway has been closed between the Kikovica and Delnica junctions. Sections of some state roads along the coast and the Krk and Pag bridges have also been closed. There is a black ice warning in effect for Gorski Kotar, Lika, the Dalmatian hinterland, Slavonia, and Baranja. In Champions League handball, PPD Zagreb beat Turkish side Beşiktaş 32-26 in Zagreb last night. Zagreb is now fifth in Group A. Meanwhile, the Croatian women's handball team beat Slovakia 29-19 in a warm-up tournament in Umag yesterday. They play Germany tomorrow. In EuroLeague basketball, Cedevita Zagreb beat Limoges 78-69 in France last night. Cedevita is still in the hunt for a place in the final 16 of the tournament. Intermittent rain in southern Dalmatia today, with Lika and Slavonia getting some light snow. Partly sunny on the northern Adriatic. There will be a strong to gale-force northeasterly on the coast, reaching hurricane-forced gusts in places. Winds will die down by the evening. Highs for the day will be between 0 to 5 degrees Celsius inland, 8 to 13 on the Adriatic. The three-day forecast for the interior calls for some light snow in Slavonia tomorrow, while skies will begin to clear from the west as winds die down. More stable and warmer weather as of Sunday, although mornings will remain chilly with foggy patches. Winds on the coast will also begin to subside tomorrow, and skies will gradually begin to clear. Sunnier and warmer with mild winds on Sunday.